Hello and welcome back to the Not Labelled Firm YouTube channel. My name is Ben Banks. Today's video, an exclusive interview with former Motherwell striker and recently departed Preston North End forward Louis Moult. It's been a tough time for Louis on the injury front. He's not played competitively since August 2019, but now on the move from Preston, he is excited about his next challenge and what that might bring for him. Obviously, the memorable time up here in Scotland with Motherwell, joined in the summer of 2015 and went on to score some memorable goals, like the likes of a lob against Rangers in the League Cup semi-final, a similar lob against Celtic at Fir Park, alongside a host of other really good goals and performances in his time at Fir Park. Still well loved by the Motherwell support, and who knows, he might be back. You might find out how realistic that option is in this video. So we hope you do enjoy. Do remember to subscribe to the channel and like this video, and until next time, take it easy. How has I suppose, I know the season's coming to an end, but is it coming to an end for a long time for you, or just getting back into the squads and things like that at Preston?
Yeah, I think that was the case actually. Frustrating in that aspect. Took so long to get back to fitness, and then I've been fit since March, training with the lads and everything, and then managed to get myself on the bench a couple of times, but then never really managed to get on the pitch, which was a bit gutting really. I felt like that was my next step, but it wasn't able to happen. So yeah, I think with the season finishing, I could have done with it carrying on really, like I did the year before with COVID. But it is what it is. I'm going to keep fit myself and keep ticking over, so I'm ready to go for next season.
It must have been, that Swansea game must have been bizarre after everything that happened. Like, out of all the games it could have been to be back in the bench and that, and you're probably looking at the place where you hit the deck. I mean,
yeah, it was. Yeah, to be fair, like a lot of people said that to me. Like after how long I was out, and then, oh, what a coincidence, it's back at Swansea. But I'll be honest, like it didn't really bother me. I thought it was a blessing more than anything to go back to the ground where it happened and just get it over and done with. So it didn't really affect me that much. It is what it is. It's all behind me now. I'm looking forward now, and just trying to be positive about everything now.
Obviously, as this comes out, news that you're going to be leaving Preston, I can't believe that's the sort of end of your Preston contract. Feels like sort of yesterday you left Motherwell. From reading the sort of manager's comments, it sort of reads like just wanting to get game time. Like, was there an option for you there to stay at Preston, even if it was just in the sort of role you'd been in on the bench and things like
that? Not really. No, I think it was kind of a mutual kind of departing, really. I think sometimes it's best to start afresh. I think that's where we were at, really, when we spoke. I think it's been a frustrating probably 18 months with injury, and then even before that, really, I didn't really get the game time that I felt that I deserved, and the game time that I wanted. So I think for myself and for my career, it was the right move. I think sometimes you just got to move on and go and try and enjoy your football somewhere else. And I think that's where I'm at, really. I'm really thankful for the time I had at Preston. There was some good times for sure. So I'm now, it's gone now. So I'm looking forward to the next chapter in my career, really, and I'm really excited for it.
Yeah, it just seemed to be like you used to. There was obviously when you started there on the bench and things like that, but if you got a run of games, you would score maybe every couple of games, and out for a month. It just never seemed to really get going for you there, really.
That was the problem. I remember sitting down with the gaffer at the time, Alex Neil, and saying that to him as well. I never felt like I had a fair run in the team, whether that be for selection, injury, or performance. I think I only actually played 3 games on the bounce once in my three and a half years there, which was, when someone told me that, I was, flabbergasted, really. But I think that backs up what I was saying. I felt like I needed a run of 10 games. And there was times when I was able to do that, when I was fit and I was ready. But, the championships are very demanding physical league, and the manager felt like he had to rotate it from time to time, which, as a footballer, you have to take that on the chin, and that's what I did. I went about it in the right way. Didn't sulk, but I think when I look back on my time there and look at my stats, my goals to game ratio is up there. It's still good. I think it's something like 1 in 3, I think. So yeah, from my point of view, I felt like when I did get a chance, I felt like I delivered on the pitch. I think I scored, a fair amount of goals when you compare it to the minutes I played, and that's all I've got to do really as a striker.
Because it's not unlike in that time Preston, and of course there were some good guys there. I know like Jayden Stockley was there for a time and he'd done well up here, Sean Maguire, guys like that, but nobody that's been there and been scoring 10, 15 goals a season that you can point to and go, right, he was in front of me scoring every week, playing. It just seems the striker position at Preston seems to have been quite chop and change.
I massively agree with that, to be fair. And that was probably adding to the frustration because there was times where a wide player would play up front, for instance, and I felt like I'm ready here. Do you know what I mean? Just give me the games, give me a run of 5 games, 10 games, and I'll score goals. And I've always backed myself to do that. And then it's just the way it goes sometimes. But like I said before, I tried to keep my head and stay positive, and I've got no bad blood towards Preston or anyone at Preston. They treated me really well, and in return, I worked hard for them, and I tried to be the best person I possibly could on and off the pitch. So yeah, like I said, there was no bad blood. Sometimes it doesn't work out at a football club, and that was the case at Preston.
I suppose even though perhaps it didn't work out on the pitch, I mean, in terms of personally as well, you were actually able to settle somewhere for a few years, and I know football's not all about money, but I'm assuming that compared to Mull wages as well, you were probably on a wee bit more than Alan Burrows was able to give you. So from that side of things, nice as well, probably.
Well, that was if I rewind 3.5, 4 years ago, that was the decision I had to make. It was a decision that I had to make for my family. And that's what I did. I was, what was I now, 25? Yes, 25. So in a football career, majority of football players retire at 30, 35. So, it was one of them decisions where sometimes you got to make a decision for your wife and your kids and try and set the family up and set us up for after football almost. All right, Nils. You
coming in?
Just come and say hello. So like sometimes in football, that's what you've got to do. You've got to set your family up, and that's what I've tried to do really. So it is what it is. Like it was massively rewarding in that respect. But that's football.
Yeah, good to be settled this season as well. Because I know even just for speaking to the guys that have moved to Mull this season, I can imagine like if you were in the place you were in your career maybe earlier on when you're bouncing between loan clubs and different things like that, like during COVID, would have been awful.
But yeah, I do feel for the lads that have had to do that. To be fair, it's difficult in the best of times, but especially when COVID's about and they can't even go for a coffee and and stuff like that and socialise and get out the house. It's I'm very lucky that I've got my wife and my kids to take my mind off stuff. But them lads that haven't got that, it must have been really difficult. So yeah, I think when I was up in Scotland, obviously the wife and the little ones came up with us. We had Lily up there actually, you've just seen. So she was born in the hospital in Wishel. So yeah, I was lucky that we were all up there and we could enjoy it as a whole. And that made it much more enjoyable for me. The lads that have been up there without family, friends, and with COVID as well, it must be really difficult for them.
Wasn't bang your Mull here? I was just doing research for Statist 6 years ago that you first arrived at Mull. I mean,
is that how long it is? Is it
2015? So
yeah,
that's 6 years ago this summer. I mean, that's a bit mad.
It's gone so quick. It's incredible. I remember it like yesterday. To be fair, it was a great day, massive moment for my career. Bit of the unknown, to be fair. Just as a family, we kind of, the wife just and me just kind of says, right, let's just go for it, and we went for it, and how rewarding it was. We've got massive respect for Motherwell as a football club and a place. We loved it there. We loved the people. We loved the football club. They were so nice to us as a family. It's just great memories.
Yeah, I think it was it's a bit of a punt, I suppose, for both. I think Mull somehow managed to actually pay a fee for you, if I do remember correctly, which was at any stage. So you must have felt, even from the get-go, I mean, for Mull to pay, and not that that's a dig at Mull, I mean, just in the financial climate, especially now, paying fees in the Scottish Premierships, few and far between. So the fact they were willing to go that extra mile for you, probably.
Yeah, I think from the off, really, that was a massive confidence boost for me. Obviously, because I was quite aware of that. I think, it wasn't a great amount of money, but, paying a fee and showing their interest like that and putting their money where their mouth was a massive honour, really, and a massive confidence boost for me. I was just wanting to repay them for showing that trust in me, really. And I think, I worked tremendously hard day in, day out to try and repay them. And I like to think, they got the money back.
I was going to say, because even going back to your Preston, I've seen players come in and out of Mull, and they've been well liked and things like that, and they go the best wishes. They still speak about players 10, 15 years later. I've never seen hordes of Mull fans abandon a game at Fir Park to come down to detail with your face and flags and things like that. I mean, that must have been bizarre.
It was.
It wasn't like it was 10 of them too. There was bus loads of folk going down to Dale to watch the first game and things like that.
Yeah, it was incredible, to be fair. Like you say, I wasn't expecting it either. And then I remember all the Preston lads and the management and whatever going, are they here for you? Like, what have you done to them? What are you paying them? It was just, that's just what the Motherwell fans were like towards me from the get-go. They were unbelievably passionate and supportive of me, and I just thrived off it. And to this day, I scored the amount of goals I did, one, because I was enjoying myself and enjoying my life outside of football, but I was enjoying it on the pitch, and the fans were making it so much more enjoyable for me and giving me that confidence. And that's why it was a massive success for me up there, along with obviously a lot of other stuff. But like you say, getting in a minibus and coming down to Preston was just incredible. It was a massive confidence boost. To be fair, I'll be honest with you, I felt sorry for them sometimes because they come all that way and I couldn't even get on the pitch.
I did notice that they came down for there was a home game they missed and all that, and I can mind there was a bit of debate I know we like Louis Moult here, but we're sort of pushing for the top six and we need the gate receipts more than Preston. But I mean, it was just, I think they got to the fourth or fifth time and you hadn't come on, they're just pack it in.
Yeah, that was part of the frustration from my point of view, because I knew, there was a lot of Motherwell fans there and a lot of people, with their eye on me to see how I would get on in that. And I was just itching to prove people that I can do it. I can do it in that league, but I wasn't quite getting the minutes, which was frustrating. But I felt sorry for the Motherwell fans travelling to watch it. But I made sure I met them after the game and I signed some shirts and what have you. So that was I was very grateful for it.
Yeah. It seems to be I know you've been at a few clubs and that, but Wrexham and Mull particularly, the two clubs that whenever you post anything, whenever anything related to you comes out, it's fans of those clubs that are on it in a flash.
Yeah, it's I remember saying, actually, when I first, about a couple of months into signing for Motherwell, I just felt like Wrexham and Motherwell were very similar in terms of how passionate the fans were. I don't know what it is, I don't know why, but the Wrexham fans so passionate about their football club, and Motherwell exact same. I've played for quite a few football teams and just don't seem to have that little bit more passion than what them clubs do for some reason. I don't know why that is, but I had such a good time. It obviously coincides with me having a good spell on the pitch for Wrexham and Motherwell. Obviously, that coincides with that. But I remember, when I was leaving Wrexham, to be fair, it was like I was to and fro in whether to leave to go to Motherwell because I was enjoying my football that much. And I remember going up to Motherwell, I think it was on a Friday. They ended up signing on the Monday. But it was really, it was to and fro where I was going to sign, really. But like I say, ever since, the fans have been unbelievable at both football clubs, unbelievable. And then I must say the Preston fans as well, they were fantastic towards me. Very, very vocal on social media, similar to Motherwell and Wrexham, and I had a good relationship with them. I really did, and I think wherever I've been, really, I tried to engage with the fans and try to do as many school camps or stuff like that, community work, just to try and interact with them because I understand what it is to be a fan. I was a fan once upon a time, and I used to love meeting the football players. So yeah, the fans have always been really good to me, and I appreciate it.
Yeah, it seems to be a thing, especially in sort of the last sort of few clubs you've been at, especially like I think you won the community award and stuff at Preston, sort of first or second season down there.
Yeah.
Even when you were up here, I mind seeing doing the sort of stuff behind the John Hunter stand and different various bits and bobs. I know you've had a bit more of a elongated route to get to this point in your career. Is it sort of that appreciation of where you once were that sort of inspires you to do stuff like that?
Yeah, I think so. I think if I could show a video show you where I came from, a lot of people would go, "Nah, that's not you."
I've seen the photos of you in the Getty Image Bank at Northampton about 21, 22.
There you go then. There you go. But yeah, I think that makes me appreciate it just that little bit more. I think starting out at Stoke and it being a very good setup there and lovely people, and I loved my time there. And obviously I'm a local. I'm from Stoke, so I loved it there. And then getting everything every day, you're getting so spoon fed, it's ridiculous. And then got released at 20, and then it was just a massive eye opener for me. I couldn't get a club for a couple of months, and I ended up dropping down eventually to the conference and just earning respect more than anything, working hard and earning the right to get them plaudits. And it quickly appeared to me that the harder I work and the better person I am on and off the pitch, is the more appreciation I will get. And that's something I've just carried on doing. I think it was Nuneaton in the conference. I was part-time, training twice a week and doing a bit of coaching for Stoke twice a week, 3 times a week, and playing on a Saturday. And that's when the penny dropped almost for me, and I knew if I worked hard, I'd get a chance of scoring a goal, and the fans would love it. And then in return, I would love their reaction to me scoring a goal. So it was a win-win, really. And then at the end of the game would finish, and then I'd get on social media and I'd see all the appreciation, and then the butterflies would just continue because of that. And then I just remember thinking, I'm going to reply to every fan here. Like, I don't think I've ever seen any other footballer do it.
No, because I do notice that. But a lot of players come out in press conferences. They read online, they read rumours and stuff, and they say, no. I'm like, not a chance. And at least you don't hide it, because you go into like your replies and different things like that. And when it's right to reply, and of course there's some situations where you can't and things like that.
Yeah, I have to swerve a few.
You need to swerve a few. And I know who you're talking to probably, but you do sort of properly interact with the
yeah. And that's what like I just mentioned there. Take it back to when I was at Nuneaton. I think I was 21 maybe, and that's when I started it, and I just continued to do it because I love the interaction. I just felt like, I don't know what it is, I just felt like I can relate to these people. They like seeing what I'm doing on the football pitch, but I can also relate to them getting the buzz from me scoring the goal. So yeah, something I continue to do, and I think that's why I struck up good relationships with Nuneaton fans, Wrexham fans, Motherwell fans, obviously, and Preston fans as well. So yeah.
Obviously, it was Stephen Robinson brought you there. I seen you retweeted the clip we put up a few months ago when we spoke to him after he left Mull, and even after he left, in every press conference, I think every 2 weeks he said, "See if we had Louis Moult." every week, especially this season when there were 0-0s and stuff, he was like, "If we had Multy, we'd be all right." But
yeah, he's one of the good guys. Learned a great deal from Robbo. Still speak to him now. I think I spoke to him last week actually. So we still stay in contact, and I love working for him. I love playing for him. I thought he got the best out of me because he knew what kind of person, what I needed. He knew my family life and how I needed. He knew when I wanted an arm around my shoulder. He knew when I needed a rocket, and telling me to do more, which every player needs. But he also knew, how my game worked. He knew how to get the best out of me and how to make me score goals. And I loved playing for him. I remember when he was there, when I first signed, he was the assistant manager, with Ian Barraclough being the manager. And I had a good relationship with Barraclough as well. He brought me in. I was very thankful for that. And then it was only a brief spark because he moved on. And then Robbo came back. And he just, the thing I love about Robbo was the fact that he went that extra mile to improve you as a player and coacher. You don't always get that with football clubs. I think a lot of football clubs they'd put a session on, and the session would be brilliant, but then would you get any attention to detail to try and improve your game? And I felt that Robbo did that for me with other players there as well. So yeah, massive respect for him, and hopefully he gets sorted pretty soon.
Yeah, he seemed to go the extra mile, especially the sort of cup final season. He seemed to really go the extra mile for that group of players, and he seemed to really connect with them on a personal level. He always spoke every player in that squad. He pretty much speaks in glowing terms of.
Yeah, I think that was probably arguably our best season, wasn't it? Getting to the final, obviously winning the semi-final in the fashion we did against Rangers was a massive day for everyone associated with Motherwell. And I think the whole build up to that really. He brought in a few really good players, so his recruitment was really good, which was Martin Foyle. So that helped. Oh, wait, come. Daddy's got to do this. I'll speak to you after, okay? Go back to mummy.
Recruit a new member for the interview.
I know, yeah. So where was I? Yeah, he brought in some really good players. Cedric Kipre being one. And then with his coaching ability as well and his organisation, it all just came together that season, and we were very effective the way we played. And his man management as well. His man management was massive for me. Like I said a minute ago, when recognising when that player needs the arm around their shoulder, or does he need a down day? Is he looking a bit tired? So shall we give him a down day? And he was so good at that, and that's what makes the best managers.
Yeah. It seemed to be that sort of maybe the 6 months before you left with Ryan Bowman up front. That seemed to be the where you really hit form. I mean, I know you scored a barrel load of goals before that, but I mean the goals you were scoring that 6 months was just between the two was pretty something.
Yeah, it was. You know what? I remember the first season. I can't remember. There was a couple of fans. Obviously, I got familiar with a couple of fans and what have you, and they were saying you only scored tap-ins. And if you look back, most of my goals in the first season, don't get me wrong, I love a tap-in, by the way, were tap-ins. And I used to always say to him, listen, that's a dying art, that is, to be in the right place at the right time. I'll take them every day. And then there's the period you're on about there, the 6 months, I just couldn't stop scoring decent goals. It just came out of nowhere. I wanted to score. I remember after the first season thinking, when I was off season, thinking I need to score more headers. So I concentrated in the following pre-season headers, and then the headers started to come a little bit. And then I scored a couple of cheeky lobs. I remember one against Hearts at Fir Park.
Aye, the cheeky lob that maybe somebody went. Was that the one somebody went down to the deck on?
Yeah, Which Hearts, I think, when Tatey wins the ball and they chip it in the corner. So there was a few good goals after that, really. The tap-in still carried on, which I was pleased with. But yes, obviously the lob against Celtic at Fir Park was possibly one of my favourites, to be honest. With the ball with Mick, hitting the diag and it coming over my head, over my shoulder, and first time then from the ball touches the ground till it bounces in the net, which was I've got a picture of it somewhere, and it's just an incredible picture. And then obviously the one in the semi-final, another lob, which just throughout my career I've tried little things like that, and some go in, some don't. I think with me doing well up there and having the confidence, I'm more inclined to try them things. And Robert would encourage that as well.
That's not what he told me. He said he said to us when when was it, January time, when you took the ball, he was like, I was hoping he was going to spray it the other side of the park. I was hoping he wasn't going to shoot.
I haven't got that in my locker. All I got in my locker is to score. So that's all.
Especially during that time. I mean, if you were at another club, perhaps was it just that point in your career, like I can score for anywhere, it doesn't matter where I am on the park here, like I've got
a little bit, yeah. I think I remember that I actually had an operation and the start of that season. I had a hernia operation, which I cut my holiday short. I remember it like yesterday because I rang Flo, Alan Burrows. I was away with my missus and my kids, and I rang him. I was on a 2-week holiday, and I rang him after 4 or 5 days, and he was brilliant. I said, Flo, I think I need that operation. Hernia just aches, and it wasn't going away. And he was like, right, okay. I said, listen, like, get me home and get me on the operation bed so I'm ready for the start of the season. How it turned out, I come home 5 days earlier from the holiday, which the missus wasn't happy about.
Where were you?
I was in Turkey. I was in Turkey at the time. So we ended up only doing 5 days of holiday, which she was fuming. But in my head, I was like, I need to get back to get this operation so I could play every game. So we ended up going back to Scotland and had the operation. I think I missed maybe 2 games of the cup, because it was like it was they rescheduled the cup games to to the start of the season, didn't they? I think I missed the first 2, and then my first game back was Morton. No, sorry, not Morton.
Queen's Park
at Hampden. And I'd only done about, 2 weeks of training before that. 2 weeks, 3 weeks tops. And Robbo was saying to me, and this is why he was really good, he was like, Moulty, you're only going to get your fitness with minutes on the pitch. You can't replicate that. And I was like, yeah, okay, like, let's give it a go. Like, so I think he put me on for 5-10 minutes in that game, and I got a free kick straight away, and I just bent it in the top corner. And honest to God, like, I'd scored 1 or 2 free kicks before, but like, as soon as that went in, I was like, oh my God. And like, I'm going to take free kicks this season as well. I was on penalties already. I'm having free kicks now. I remember Craig Tanner like looking at me, and Bowman looking at me saying, all right, Tans was like, Moulty, let me have it. I was like, Tans, it'll go in. I will score. And I remember just putting it down and bending it in top corner. I was like, didn't think it would actually go in. So I was just like, one of them moments, and like, especially with just having the operation, 3-4 weeks before. And I remember like the section of fans at Hampden, and I remember just punching the air to them and like saying, yeah, here we go. And little do we know, we did have an unbelievable 6-7 months to that season. Because I remember a couple of weeks after, it was, again, wasn't quite fit enough to start, and we were at Morton at Fir Park, and I did the exact same thing. I come on, got a free kick and put it in the top corner. And it was just that momentum just carried on and on and on. And the fitter I got, the more goals started to come.
You must have been all right. I mean, you had Joe Lewis to help you with one, to be fair, with probably the worst attempt of a bicycle kick I've ever seen that somehow managed to go in the net from some crazy angle. But like, even
I'm still claiming that, by the way.
Oh, but I don't know how. By the way, I can mind watching it, and I think, where was that? Bella Italia in London. we were away on holiday at the time, and just seeing it on the phone, it's like getting in. But
yeah, well, I remember coming off the pitch, to be fair, and saying to Alan Burrows again, I said, "You better get that as my goal. That's my goal. That is." He's like, "I'll try."
to be fair, the third one made up for it. I mean, nearly injured 100 folk in the Cooper stand, I think, with that one.
Yeah, I think that was that. Yeah, I enjoyed that goal a lot. I think, did that take us to the semis? That one?
It took to I think Peter had scored the second one, then third one, and it was
So I think we went. The semis would have been after that, wouldn't they? So that kind of cemented it. So it was just like all the adrenaline and everything just came out in that goal. I just, that was my last kind of burst of the game, and I just thought, all right, put everything into this. I remember chasing the ball down. I think everyone gave up on it, to be fair, and I just carried on and on and on, and just smashed it in the near post. And I remember the knee slide against the fan, like with all the fans there. It was just them moments like that you can't buy. I'll be honest with you.
Learn for your mistakes at Aki's.
Yeah, with a knee burn. Yeah, not wrong. But them moments, like you can't replicate them moments and that feeling you get, and that's what I've missed the most, if I'm honest, since being out. So I've been out for the 18 months. I just can't wait to get that feeling back.
Yeah. So what does the future hold for you? Is it exciting? Is this might be probably a new feeling for you? It'll be the first time in a wee while that you've sort of went into a summer without a club and probably new options ahead of you.
Yeah, that's the thing. I think it's exciting. I'm so excited for it, I'll be honest with you. I've left Preston now. Very thankful for my time there, like I mentioned before. But I think, it's a new chapter now, and I'm excited. It's still early days at the minute. What are we? May the 18th at the minute, so it's still early days in that respect. I've had a bit of interest from teams in Scotland and the SPL, and as well as England. So it's just weighing up the best options for me and my family now. But I'm open to any ideas, really. Just weighing up the options at the minute.
I know. I don't know if Championship's an option for you after sort of the last 19 months, but is that the sort of goal to, even if it's not in this next move, that perhaps this next one's going to be a springboard to getting back there?
I think on a personal note, I just want to go to a club where I'm going to enjoy my football and get the minutes I feel like I deserve, and that's going to be a big factor in my decision. The enjoyment part of it. That's what I want to get back to, enjoying my football. If it does end up in the Championship, then fantastic. It's a great league. It's a very demanding league. I think every player wants to play at the highest possible level, and I'm no different to that. But I think a massive thing for me is enjoyment. I think I score goals and I play better when I'm enjoying football and enjoying my life. Like I said, I'm open. I'm quite open and flexible with where I'm going to play. Obviously, we'll just see where it is. Really, it's quite optimistic at the minute.
I wasn't sure if Scotland was an option for you. I know you were saying about when you initially moved back down south, it was family orientated and stuff. And I'm sure you've got your daughters and stuff. Some of them sort of nursery, primary school. Is Scotland a realistic option?
Yeah, I think because I had such a good time up there and loved it, and the kids, obviously the kids are settled in schools, and the wife's settled as well. But what I always say is never say never. If it is Scotland, it is Scotland. We'll address that when the offers are on the table almost. But all the happy memories I've got there are, it's very fresh in my mind, that's for sure.
But not obviously confirming if there's any interest from Mullow, but I'm inclined to ask him, would you be open to it if there was something there?
Yeah, like I've just mentioned before, really. I'm open to discussions, I'm not ruling anything out at this point. I'm very excited for what the future holds for me and my family. And like I said before, I just want to enjoy my football now. So let's see where it's going to be. It's I think it'll be an interesting 4 to 6 weeks maybe. And I think the main thing now is to enjoy it.